morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the part of the world where we are watching me from. I'm Dr. Ayo Jones, and I'm a veterinarian. I'm also an online veterinary tutor. So you can always come to me for your private online sessions if you'd like to have a private tutoring on any subject whatsoever in veterinary medicine. I'm available for you at a very discounted amount. That, by the way, I'm doing this video on how to study to pass your exams in veterinary school. How to study to pass exams in vet school. I know as a vet student, as a vet technician in training, you do not have all the time. And I'm sure it's out of your limited time that you have decided to come online to find some resources that could help you with your studies. So I'm not going to bore you one bit, and I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I'll just make this video as short as possible and would continue at the next available opportunity when next I upload. So I would like you to just subscribe to my channel and to hit the like button when you're done watching this video. If you can do it right away, it's very fine. So as I said earlier, I'm available for online tutoring sessions, extra lessons to augment your study time. So how do you pass your exams in veterinary school? Well, the first thing you must learn is to understand the peculiarities of veterinary school. The second thing you must understand is what are the demands of veterinary school. And the third thing you must understand is yourself. Yes, you must understand yourself and how best you can adapt to succeed in veterinary school. What works for A might not work for B, but having tutored several students, I can categorically say that there are some basic methods, there are some basic things that help students to study to pass their exams, not just pass at Duncan's line, that's 50, but to pass and pass very well, to have exceptional results, no receipts, no carryovers, no rerun. Yes, verified methods of excelling in vet school. In fact, some end up with distinctions using these strategies I'm going to teach you within a short period of time. This video would not do justice to all. However, I intend to buttress it by uploading more in the coming days so that you can have a total grasp of what you need to succeed and to pass your exams in veterinary school as a vet student. So the first thing I will tell you is understand the peculiarities of vet school. What are the peculiarities of vet school? The first thing in vet school is that you are given so much information about so many things within a short period of time. And this is the shock many students would have, even despite having several degrees in other courses. This actually distinguishes veterinary school, veterinary medicine from other disciplines. Unlike other disciplines where you have to focus on just one thing or a part of something, in veterinary medicine, we focus on several things that are all parts of what we do. Several things like several species of animals, several breeds of the same species. These are all the peculiarities of veterinary school. And that's what makes veterinary school different from other schools you must have gone through or that you intend to ever go through. So that's the first thing you must understand. Several information about several things within a short period of time. Then the second thing you must understand is the expectation in veterinary school. In veterinary school, you are expected to have ability to retain so much within a short period of time and ability to recall as much within a short period of time too. Looks like magic. Is it possible? Sure it is. I went through vet school and I have a master's degree. I'm rounding off my PhD in veterinary school. So it's possible and it's achievable. I finished with distinctions. So it's possible and achievable. So for me, I'll be speaking to you and I'll be teaching you from the angle of a veterinary student who had distinction. And I also had a receipt, so I'll be able to talk about how to prepare for receipt exams as well. So you have a whole lot to gain from my video clips. I'll make it as brief, as short, as straight to the point as possible. I'm not going to bore you with unnecessary items because I know as a vet student, you have very limited time to spend online on videos like this that will educate you. But I'm sure your time will be worthwhile watching my channel. So the second thing is to understand the expectations, which I said, ability to understand quickly, retain so much, and quick recall. Your residual memory must be functioning actively as a veterinary student. You must be able to recall as fast as possible without making errors, without making mistakes. Because even on the field, as a practicing veterinarian, which I am, you have to be able to recall quickly. When you see cases, you have to be able to marry cases with lab results as fast as possible. So these are some of the things you need to understand. Then the third thing is to understand yourself. Yes. What is your intellectual capacity? How well can you retain something? How strong is your memory? How well can you assimilate? How fast can you grab a lot of information? In my videos, I'm not going to be giving you extemporaneous materials, too heavy grammar that you need to open the dictionary to understand. Bottom line is I'll make my videos as simple as possible. So how well can you understand what your lecturer has said without him having to repeat over and again? And when you understand, how well can you keep it in your memory? And when it's time to bring it back to the lecturer in terms of exams or tests, how fast can you recall? There are some students that after the exams are over, they'll be like, oh no, so this is the question. They don't even understand the question, let alone how to go about it and answer the question. So these are some of the things I'm going to handle on this channel. How do you even answer exam questions? How do you read for exams? How do you ensure that what you have read, you can communicate it to your lecturer, to the examiner in the appropriate form? When it's SAQ, that are structured answered questions, how well can you communicate? When it's multiple choice, how well can you distinguish between similar answers? Because there's just one answer. Sometimes there are three married together, but how can you distinguish them? These are the tips I'm going to teach in this video. So your mental capacity is important. Are you a brilliant student? Are you an average student? Are you just managing to pass? Know yourself. The essence of knowing yourself is so that you can relate your capacity to your preparation. If you know you're a bright student, oh, that's fine, but don't be too reassured. Don't feel you are so strong. Don't take chances. And if you feel you're an average student, it's cool. You can also make it. If you feel that, oh, I'm below average, never mind. There are resources to help you, and I'm also here to help you. So if you'd like to take lessons, I'm here to help you as well. So invariably, the bottom line is know yourself. What is your mental capability? How well can you retain? How well can you recall? How fast do you understand? These are the peculiarities of veterinary school. So once you understand these three things, which are the peculiarities of veterinary school, the next thing you are now saddled with is the point at which the information is passed. And that has to do your attitude and activities in the classroom. The first thing, you must minimize distraction. I had friends in vet school with whom I relate, but when we're in class, I know that is my priceless asset. I don't gist, I don't talk, especially when lecturer is around, I focus. So you have to be focused in class. It's in the process of being focused, you can mine information. And the information you are mining as a student goes beyond what the lecturer says. You can mine information even against your exams, against your tests. I'll teach you how. You can mine information against your field practice too. These are information you can mine from your lecturer's class, from the class. So in class, be attentive as much as possible, limit distraction, get as much note as possible. After the class, another thing you have to do is to ensure you compare your notes with your colleagues. That's why as a vet student, you can't live in isolation. You need your colleagues to excel. It's something you can't do without. You can't just fly. No, it's not a solo fly. It has to be in collaboration with your colleagues. You need your colleagues. You need to compare your notes. It's in comparison of your notes that you get better understanding. There are some things you must have skipped. Maybe your mind just wandered briefly while the lecturer says something. It's in comparing your notes with your colleagues that you get to understand that. Also, the lecturer said this, because sometimes you might not be able to go over the notes except if it was a video lecture, say Zoom, where it was recorded and you can always go over fine. But many times you are moving from one class to another, from anatomy to physiology class to biochemistry class. From there, you're going to the wet lab. So there's virtually no time to really go over the previous lecture into two. But there's always time to compare your notes with your colleagues, with your classmates, with your friends, with your desk mates, with your lab mates. You can like, oh, can I see your notes from the other time? Just look through briefly, you skim and scan and look through and you discover, okay, these are things I missed out. Or sometimes you might miss out some information. Don't waste too much time on it during the class. Just leave a space. When you compare your notes, you can always fill that up. Then you have to be at par with the ones whom you know are better than you without deceiving yourself. You know the better student. From last semester results, you can predict who was better last semester in what subject area. Try to be their friends, not for anything, just for you to compare their notes. They are more likely to have gotten the best from the class than an average student or than a student just struggling. So be at par with them, be at peace with them, try to interact with them and get their notes to copy. That's another thing. In addition, from the beginning of the session, if you have access to past questions, it will be of great benefit to you. I'll also tell you how to study past questions. Then, in mining information from your notes, that's when you begin to study. I will let you know how to mine important information, even from the notes you copied. From the lecture notes, from the lecture materials, there are ways to mine information. You can mine information using tables, using charts, using acronyms, using codes. These are a lot of things that I found very helpful in my journey through vet school, in my journey during my master's degree, and during the coursework in my current PhD. These are information I found very valuable. This would assist you greatly in achieving success in your examinations in vet school. I hope you find this useful. So watch out in my next channel as I dig deeper into each of these items. I've told you earlier, please hit like and click the subscribe button till we meet at the next session. Have a great time ahead. I wish you good luck in vet school and I hope you come out in flying colors. Thank you. Have a great day.